Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with the BJCP style guidelines, run category, style. Category 17, style 17B, Old Ale. Overall impression, an ale of moderate to fairly significant alcoholic strength, bigger than standard beers, though usually not as strong or rich as barley wine, often tilted towards a maltier balance. It should be a warming beer of the type that is best drunk in half pints by a warm fire on a cold winter's night. Quote from Michael Jackson. So I got an authentic English old ale. This is old, expensive ale from Burton Bridge Brewery out of England. I don't think I've ever had anything from this brewery before, and I don't think it was actually that expensive. I think it was maybe like $8 or $9 for this bottle. The problem is I don't know how old it is. I mean, it's old ale, so it can and should be aged, but I mean, it shouldn't be ancient. All right, so let's check the comments history, all that stuff. So comments. Strength and character varies widely. They say, it can have lactic, Brett, oxidation, all that stuff in there. It's not a fault as long as it's, drinkable and it's appropriate to style. Like if it's gross and undrinkable, then that's a flaw. Historically, an ale aged uses stock ales for blending or enjoyed at full strength. So there's actually two styles, like 4.5 ABVs and then your 6 to 8% ABVs and stronger. Characters, ingredients, composition varies, although generally similar to British strong ale. So basically what an old ale is, you take a British strong ale and then age it. It's basically all it is. Maybe aged in wood, but should not have a strong wood character. That's why you don't consider it like a 30. What's a 33 is your wood aged beers. Style comparisons, roughly overlapping the British strong ale and lower end of the English barley wine styles. The distinction between an old ale and a barley ale is somewhat arbitrary, above 7% ABV. And generally means having a more significant age quality, particularly from wood. Barley wines tend to develop more of a mature quality, while old ales show more of a barrel quality. And there's your vitals, 30 to 60 IBUs, 10 to 22 SRM. So again, wide range, just like with the British strong ale. So let's go pour this and get to drinking. Yeah, definitely a wild present. So I definitely get red on this. A little bit of a fruity, like white grape almost. Kind of those British, like the strong ale, that kind of toffee, treacle, caramel kind of sweet maltiness. But I think the Brett is like really overriding everything. This is almost like a Belgian or something. I don't remember having an old ale that was like this bready, at least as far as the aroma. Let's check the specs on aroma. Aroma, malty sweet with fruity esters, often with complex blend of dried fruit, vinous, caramelly, molasses, nutty toffee, light treacle, and or other specially malt aromas. Some alcohol and oxidative notes are acceptable, akin to those found in sherry or port. Hop aromas not usually present due to extended aging. I agree with that. There's no hops in here whatsoever. The Brett is really strong. I mean, they don't mention Brett or wild character in the aroma, but I mean they did in the general description, saying, it can have Brett if it's, it's not like spoiled or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like I've had old ales before and they didn't smell like this. I'm not really impressed with that. I'm gonna say 8. That's pretty low. Appearance, I mean, it's like a really rusty orange. I'd probably call that brown. Very, highly effervescent because of the Brett. Very murky. Even if I hold it right up to the desk lamp here. It's probably about a 13, maybe 17 SRM. Yeah, I'd say it's, well, if you hold up to the light, it's closer to like 27. In fact, that's 27 dead on. So 13 to 27 SRM. Big foamy head on there. Took me quite a while to pour that because of because it just foamed right up. Let's check the specs on appearance. Appearance, light amber to very dark reddish brown color. Most are fairly dark. Age and oxidation may darken the beer further, maybe almost opaque, if not should be clear. Moderate to low cream to light tan colored head may be adversely affected by alcohol and age. All right, so I'm not going to penalize it there. I mean, it's kind of an ugly beer, but it's within the guidelines. So, and plus it's only 3 points anyways. All right, flavor. Cheers. That is a Brett bomb. This is, like I said, this is almost like, if somebody handed this to me blind, I would think this is like one of those, avant-garde, like American, we only make wild type beer breweries. Because it's a Brett bomb. Brett from beginning to end. And it's not bad at all. It's just that the Brett is really obscuring the base palate. And like I said, I've had old ales before, and they are very similar to barley wines, but I don't remember ever having one that was like this wild. All right, so once you get past the Brett, I can get that base, that British strong ale base. Like I said with the aroma, toffee, caramel, some, like general kind of malty sweetness on it. The Brett is like, it's pretty dry, but it's also creating for like a white grape, slightly appley character on it. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say juicy. I mean, definitely not juicy. It's Brett. It's going to dry it out. A lot of Brett, slightly woody. That British, base brew character is there, but it's really obscured. I'm thinking that this bottle is just like really, really old, and like the Brett, the Brett really went wild on it, or went nuts on it, I should say. It doesn't taste bad, but it just doesn't really taste like any old ale that I've ever had. So let's check the specs on old ale flavor. Medium to high malt character with a luscious malt complexity, often with nutty, caramelly, or molasses-like flavors. I would not say that. Light chocolate or roasted malt flavors are optional, but should never be prominent. Balance is often malty sweet, but may be well hopped. The impression of bitterness often depends on amount of aging. Moderate to high fruity esters are common and may take on a dried fruit or vinous character. The finish may vary from dry to somewhat sweet. Oh, this is bone dry. Extended aging may contribute oxidative flavors similar to fine old cherry port or Madeira. Alcoholic strength should be evident, though not overwhelming. Diacetyl low to none. Some wood aged or blended versions may have a lactic or Brettanomyces characters. Yeah. But this is optional and should not be too strong. Okay, well, there's your big fall right there. It just says should not be too strong. It's very, very strong. Any acidity or tannin from age should be well integrated and contribute to complexity in the flavor profile, not be a dominant experience. Yeah, so that's a very long description. And they say, Brett is allowable, but it shouldn't be the, main course. It should be a garnish or like a bonus flavor or something. Here, I was like, all I'm getting is Brett. I'm going to go very low. I'm going to say 9. And that's the lowest I've ever gone on since I've been doing the video beer reviews. Mouthfeel, well, obviously it's very highly effervescent because of the Brett. The actual body is probably about a medium. Yeah, probably about a medium full body. It's really interesting because like you have this, I mean, it's not paper thin, but it's like has like a champagne kind of carbonation. Let's check the specs on mouthfeel. Medium to full, chewy body, although older examples may be lower in body due to continued attenuation during conditioning. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's probably, all right, maybe it's closer to a medium. Alcohol warmth is often evident and always welcome. I really don't get any alcohol warmth. It's only 6.5. That's really not that strong. Low to moderate carbonation. No, it is very highly carbonated. Depending on age and conditioning, light acidity may be present as well as some tannin if wood age. Both are optional. Yeah, so I mean, it's not even really meeting the guidelines even for mouthfeel. I'm gonna go 2 on that. Overall, I'm gonna say like 3, maybe 4. It brings up to a total score of 25 out of 50, which you hear 25 and you think like average, but no, this is pretty below average. I think that 25 is too high. I'm gonna knock the aroma down. I'm gonna knock the aroma down to like a 5. That is not what an old ale should smell like. The appearance I'll keep at a 3. Flavor, I'm gonna drop that to an 8. Mouthfeel, I'll keep that as a 2. All right, it's overall impression, I'll keep it as a 3. That's a total score of 21 out of 50. I just don't think that this is not what I would consider an old ale. This is a wild beer. If this is a wild beer, it'd probably be in the high 30s. But as an old ale, no. All right, so there you go. 21 out of 50. We finally have a bad beer, at least to the style on this show. I mean, I'll drink this. It's not bad. It's just not to style at all. So if this was the only old ale I could find too. If I can find another old ale, maybe we'll come back and re-review this. But yeah. All right, so I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it.
Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.